Hey Dan, what you doing?
Not much. I'm just working on my fourth edition campaign.
Fourth edition campaign?
Yeah,
Ew, who are you even playing with that likes fourth edition?
that's my friends and I kind of like fourth
So
edition.
stupid. Yeah, he's playing fourth edition. I know, right? It's so stupid. Yeah, see you later for a fifth edition campaign. Freaking idiot.
The Edition Wars today on Blue Dragon Arcana. So I was browsing around on some Facebook groups the other day, and I noticed someone posted a meme. I forget exactly what it was. I think it was a bunch of pictures of the different Jokers there have been in the DC films and TV shows. And the fourth edition Joker was Jared Leto. And the joke was that, Jared Leto sucked as the Joker, and I guess you're supposed to think like, oh, the fourth edition sucked too. So that was the joke. And I was starting to read the comments because I'm always interested in what people think of each edition of D&D. And it seems like fourth edition particularly gets a lot of hate for whatever reason. And so I was reading the comments, and to my surprise, there were actually quite a few people that enjoyed fourth edition. They all agreed, though, that fourth edition was a good game, but it wasn't a good D&D game. But then there's this other set of people, and those people are super hateful, and they just despise fourth edition. They think it's the worst thing that's ever happened to Dungeons and Dragons, and they make their opinion known, sometimes in very critical and mean ways, in my opinion. But it just made me laugh because it's like, what is the point of getting that upset over different editions of the game? Like, if someone likes a version of the game that you don't, who cares? You're not being forced to play that edition, and they're not trying to convince you to play that edition. They're just doing what they enjoy. You should be doing what you enjoy. Why does it matter? It just kind of made me think like how divisive sometimes the edition wars can get, if you want to call them that. So I've been playing D&D for 25 years. When I started in 1995, I joined my first game. It was my dad and his buddies. They were playing. Second edition would have been out at the time, right? But they didn't enjoy all of second edition, so they homebrewed their own rules. They took stuff that they liked from first edition, stuff that they liked from second edition, and they just kind of made their own D&D game, which is cool. But none of them picked on the people that played second edition solely or tried to convince them that second edition was this horrible thing. So I don't know. I guess I just have always grown up with like, hey, if there's something in the rules that you don't like, don't play with that rule. Or if there's an entire edition you don't like, then just don't play that edition. I don't know why that's so complicated. As an adult, my first like experience DMing was third edition. So I got into third edition after I found a coworker that had always played, and neither one of us had played since second edition. And so we went to the bookstore, and actually by then 3.5 had just been released, literally the week that we decided to get back into D&D. So we picked up the 3.5 revision, pretty much instantly fell in love with 3.5. I think a lot of people did. Obviously, that's why it's pretty popular. People still play 3.5, which is kind of baffling to me. I mean, not that people can't go back and play older editions of the game. I'm impressed at the longevity that 3.5 has had. So me as a DM, most of my experience has been 3.5, and that's kind of what I loved for a very long time. When 4th edition was announced, I at first I had the same reaction that everyone else had, which was, "Oh, what? I just invested a ton of money into 3.5 books these last couple years. Now they're already announcing 4th edition. We had invested time and money into 3.5, and already 4th edition was on its way. And I think, honestly, that is what really bothered a lot of people at first. So instantly, there was hate for it. And then when the details started to come out, and especially when the book finally released, I just remember people were furious. Like, no one liked all of these powers. Every class, they said, felt the exact same. I guess their point was, well, it doesn't really matter what class you play. You can find the same powers among multiple classes. And, I kind of see where they're coming from. Like, looking back, I'm not one of those people that are like, 4th edition was so great. And I understand that there was flaws. I recognize that there was flaws. I thought 4th edition was incredibly brave. The chances that it took, the changes that they were trying to make, some of them were actually good. I still use minions in my 5th edition campaign. I think that was a pretty cool idea because it allows you to add a more epic feel to your encounters. The players feel overwhelmed, but you as a DM know they can handle it. There's like a few other things that I liked about 4th edition. The whole idea that if you were bloodied or the enemy was bloodied, they'd get certain disadvantages to their attacks and stuff like that. I don't know. There's a lot of 4th edition that I thought took a lot of bold chances, and I honestly kind of respected Wizards of the Coast from diverting so much from this proven formula. They could have rode the wave of 3.5 for a bit longer, I think, but they decided to do something crazy different. And I think that if this game had been released and if it had been any other game, I think it would have been better received. I truly do. And the people that still play it, that I know that still play it, they all say the same thing, that they really like the ideas and the mechanics. So yeah, I don't know. It's just my quick thoughts on the edition wars, and then of course 5th edition comes out, blows everyone away. That's kind of the general consensus that I see online, is that 5th edition is probably the greatest edition of D&D that's ever been released. And I think it's a great edition, fantastic, but I'm not the type of person that can pick a favorite edition. I love Dungeons and Dragons. The only one that I haven't really played is the original D&D, the little pamphlet-size books. I have the PDFs, and I've read through them. I've never found anyone that's interested in trying it, so never really played it. 3rd edition, though, that was the one I had most experience with, and I loved 3.5. So if I had to pick a favorite, I'd say it's honestly a tie between 3.5 and 5th. I don't know. But like I said, I hate picking favorite editions. But I also think if you like one edition of the game over another, that's fine. Don't pick on people or make fun of people that enjoy a version of the game that you don't. Because ultimately, oh well, there's nothing you can do to talk them out of that. So why even argue about it? Yeah. I think if you jump online and you're like, hey, if you're a DM and you're like, I need, an idea of what to do in this certain situation, there are aspects of D&D that transcend editions. Every edition, the DM's going to be building encounters, building dungeons, world building. There are some core things that are just going to be the same, or even for players. How would you play this situation? I'm having trouble writing a backstory. There's certain things that transcend editions, and I think no matter what edition you play, we should all be helping each other brainstorm those things. There shouldn't be so much hate just for someone briefly saying oh, I kind of like 4th edition. The amount of attacks that I see people get is just crazy. That's just my opinion. I just thought I'd make a video about it. I was kind of lighthearted in the beginning with that skit, but my daughter Lily was like, ooh, I have a chance to call Dad an idiot? I'll definitely be in your video. So that was fun for her. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope I didn't sound like I was rambling. I'm certainly not, preaching. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on different editions. So If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you subscribe, I would really appreciate it. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Blue Dragon Arcana. You can find me there. Links always in the description. What is your favorite, if you had to pick a favorite edition of D&D, what's your favorite? I'm always curious to see what people are into. What games are you playing right now? What edition? Or is anyone out there still playing the original D&D? I'm kind of interested to see if anyone's still playing the OG rules. Yeah, let me know in the comments down below. I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.